Hey guys, Peter Chen here, making another 500 Zoom video. On table 2, small blind opens, we defend big blind with king 5. Facing this bet with the king of spades, we have 3-2 a straight, 3-2 a flush. I think we can either call or raise, mostly calling. Now with the 10 coming, we basically just have king high, going to give up. Table 1, small blind opens, we're going to call with our king jack. We could maybe 3-bet this small amount of the time. And facing a check, I think mostly we're going to be checking back with king high. The weaker our hand gets, the more we like to bet. Now we could bet or check, I think. I think still mostly checking. And on the river, I'm just going to put in a bet. Hopefully I'm not bluffing too much here. I do have a lot of bluffs, I think. Mostly king highs. Some lower stuff if I decided to check back. So on table 2, I 3-bet with 6s, cut off against a hijack. I get this flop where I think I'm going to be checking back a lot, and especially with my specific hand where I have third pair, it's a pretty good check back. On table 1, 7-6, I think any option is reasonable. If there was a weaker player behind, I would want to call a bit more. And just check down the 6s and 1 against 5s. Table 1, opening with ace-9 suited. This is a short stack, small 3-bet. I still don't think I have to always call, but calling should be reasonable. And I think on the flop I can either call or raise. It's just a little more than pot to get all in, or a little more than half pot to get all in. On table 1, opening small blind with jack-9 suited. Table 1, opening pocket 5s from cutoff. I think we are doing a lot of betting on this flop. I'm not sure if my hand does very well as a bet. I do have a lot of turns I can barrel on. It's probably reasonable. Opening king 7 suited here now. And against this 3-bet, I'll be folding. On table 1, opening small blind with queen 9. I get a flop where I'm going to start off with a bet. On table 2, 3-betting ace queen off against cut off against under the gun. This is a good turn for me to keep betting and also be betting big on. On table 2, I could raise with 8s a small percent of the time, mostly calling. I think I need to call once. I have a pair and a gut shot. My gut shot's pretty bad, my pair's pretty bad, but I wouldn't be surprised if I had to fold, but I think it's a call. And now we have a straight. I guess I can go for a bit of value on the river. I'm not sure how strong this hand is, if I can be betting bigger and still get called by pairs or 2 pairs. On table 1, I open, bet small on the flop, 3 ways. I think on the turn I can either bet or check. And my hand is just not strong enough to go for 3 streets. Especially 3 ways, there's just not that many pairs lower than a jack. I'm pretty surprised there by the flop call 3 ways. On table 2, I opened hijack with ace queen offsuit. On this flop, I'll want to be mostly betting big. Betting big or checking. My hand is very good to be betting big with. On table 1, opening small blind with ace 8. I'm going to be checking here with no hearts or club. Going to be checking hands like this, ace high, king high, with no backdoor. Now that I've hit the 8, I think my hand's strong enough to go for 2 streets of value. The queen's kind of a blank. I don't think he ever checks back a queen. And I really don't have that many queens either. I have more than him, but I think mostly I'll be getting called by an 8 or a lower pair than an 8 even when I bet big. On table 2, opening small blind with Queen 10 suited. And on table 1, opening 10s from hijack. With the Queen 10, on this flop I'm going to be betting a lot. Probably just betting my range for a small size. And on table 1, I think I want to be doing a lot of big betting. Checking on the turn now with the Queen high. And with 10s, I think I could check, I could bet again. Hitting the Queen on the river, I think my hand should be strong enough to bet for value. The big line will have a few aces, but not that many. On table 2, on table 1, I opened the small blind with queens. Flop top set on a board where I'm going to be betting my range. On table 1, opening cutoff with 7-6 suited. On table 2, opening button with king queen off. On table 1, I think this 9-8 it's going to be a break-even call, I think, with the rake. And I think we need to call once with the gut shot. Not the greatest gut shot. If we hit it, we're still dominated by ace-king. So really, I'm not even sure if I have to call the flop, but I think I do. On table 2, on monotone boards, I'm going to be checking back a lot. And on table 1, this ace-king I could call it sometimes, 4-bet sometimes. On this flop, I think I can either check or bet. Not sure what I prefer when I have the ace of diamonds. I think I'd rather call the bet when I don't have an ace of diamonds. Maybe that's still a call, but I'm not sure. Getting put in a lot of tough spots today. So there's a limp here, an open. I'm 3-betting my king queen off. On table 1, opening 9-6 suited. On table 2, I can either 3-bet or call this ace-4 suited. Going to 3-bet this time. And this is a flop where I can do quite a bit of checking back. I have a decent hand to be checking with as well. Very good turn for me. On table 1, small blind opens. I call big blind with jack 8. Facing a check, I could either check or bet. Going to check this time. The ace-4 I don't think is quite strong enough to be always betting. And here with the jack, going to call with my gut shot. Get a lot of good opportunities on the river to bet. On table 2, opening with queen jack. So on table 1, we're going to get in here with the jack 10. And on this flop, I want to be betting big, and my hand just isn't strong enough to big bet, so I'll check back. On table 2, ace-5 suited is a pretty good hand, so I'm just going to put all the money in. I think my Jack 10 on table 1 is just very strong, good enough to go for value. I don't really know what his range looks like there, but probably a lot of middle strength value hands, some bluffs. On table 1, 3-betting ace king, button against under the gun. I think this king queen is pretty close. I'm just gonna have to fold to the 4-bet. Ace is on table 2. On table 2, I'm going to open the small blind with 9-8 off. This is going to be pretty much the bottom of my range. And obviously folding to the 3-bet. On table 1, under the gun opens. I'm 3-betting cutoff with ace king off. On table 2, opening button with ace 10 off. And with this ace king, I'm going to shove. This ace 10 is pretty close. If I had ace jack, I would always call. Ace 10, I could either call or fold. On table 1, opening small blind with ace king. And on this flop, I'll be betting small with my range. I think my hand is good enough to be betting sometimes, but mostly checking. I'm probably just mostly checking on the flush turns. If it goes check check, I can bet the river now. I don't think this hand wants to go for a big bet yet. It's not strong enough. Especially since I'm checking so much on the turn, I still have all the better hands. On table 2, I open 8s, get 3-bet. Going to be always calling this. On table 1, the ace-10, I can raise a small amount of the time. Going to raise this time. And on table 2 with these 8s, I think I can also raise a small amount of the time. Going to call. And I'll call one more, and especially on this river, I'm going to fold. On table 1, opening under the gun with 10-9 suited. On table 2, going to be calling ace-7, big blind against button. Check folding on this flop. On table 2, opening under the gun with queens. On table 1, I'll be calling the button against the hijack open. On table 2, I have quads. I'll be checking that. And I guess now I need to start betting. I don't know if I can be betting big if I ever get called by anything. I want to make sure I'm getting called by pairs. I think if I bet for this size, most pairs will call me. I'm only going to be getting a raise from something that's going to get all in no matter what size I bet. Going to end the video here. Thanks for watching, and I'm uploading weekly videos, so if you enjoy it, please subscribe, and see you guys next week.